The musical legend of Mysuru, Sri Vasudevacharya. The year was 1865 and the Samsthana was Mysuru, the princely state of India, the very seat of royalty, music and all ways and walks of life and learning. The Maharajas were adept in Bharatiya Shastras, clever, loved the people of their Samsthana and ruled it with valor and valor. It is in this golden era that the 22nd Maharaja, Mummadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar, ruled Mysuru. Amongst great many other things that happened during his time, one thing stands alone in its importance and prominence to the music of Mysuru. A musical star was born who would later on become the beacon light of Karnataka music. Such a celestial day was on Shri Krodhananama Samvatsara Uttarayana Grishmarutu Shukla Paksha Ravivara Chaturthi, with the auspicious star of Punarvasu, the nakshatra of Sri Rama. On this day, a Sangeeta Dhruva Nakshatra was born in Mysuru. It was on the 28th of May, 1865. He was lovingly named Vasudeva by Krishnabai and Subramanya Acharya. His father was a revered Samskrita scholar and an adept musician too. Truly, Vasudeva inherited all this from his parents. Soon, Subramanya Acharya took his only son to the royal courts of Mummadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar. The Maharaja took one look at this shining boy and fondly invited him to sit on his lap and blessed him, saying, Kirtivantanagu Vasudeva. Vasudeva started learning Samskrita in the Maharaja Samskrita Pathashale and Sangeeta from the Sangeeta Vidwan Subbaraya, and later on from the stalwart musician Veena Padmanabhaya, the royal court musician. But the young Vasu's heart was in music. The divine Lord Ganapati of Mysuru in Maharaja Samskrita Pathashala blessed him to pursue the Sangeeta Sahitya and Samskrita Adhyayana. It was during this time that Vasudeva had the golden opportunity to listen to the divine music of great Patnam Subramanya Iyer, who belonged directly to Sri Tyagaraja Parampara and was one of the most influential music composers of his and all times to come. Vasudeva was barely 16 years old by this time. True, indeed. Vasu was studying for Kavya, Vyakarana, Nataka, Alankara, Tarka, Itihasa and Purana in his Samskrita classes. But he ardently coveted from the depths of his heart and soul to embark on his Antevasa with his Sangeeta Gurudaiva, Sri Patnam Subramanya Iyer. For this reason, he had to seek the benevolence and grace of the Maharaja. Soon he met the benevolent Maharaja. During one of his frequent visits to Chamundi temple on Chamundi hills, and Maharaja agreed to take care of Vasudeva's request. Vasudeva's Antevasa with his Guru, his musical learning life, his exposure to great musicians of those times, his experiences on the banks of holy river Kaveri in Tiruvayyaru and many other things enriched his life and his music. With all this, Mysuru Vasudevacharya became the architect of the styles and character of Mysuru Sangeeta, which has sustained its glitter and glory to this day. It was in 1881 Maharaja Chamaraja Vadiyar took to the throne and ruled the kingdom. It was during this time that Sri Vasudevacharya returned to Mysore after his Antevasa. His very first concert was held in the heritage halls of learning of Sri Sadvidya Pathashala of Mysuru in the august presence of Veene Sheshanna. This perhaps is the concert which put him on the road to glory, which elevated him to become the royal court musician, Asthana Vidwan, to all the consequent Maharajas. Soon after, the great Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadiyar ascended the throne of Mysore. It was during his reign Sri Vasudevacharya composed many rare musical gems of compositions in tandem with his musical life, a householder's life in its many twists and turns, happy and sorrowful, in glory and in solitariness. Vasudevacharya was also praised by Maharaja Jayachamaraja Vadiyar, the 25th king of Mysore, as a great acharya and a musician-composer.
To express my feelings of gratitude to my Guru, who taught me music for over 5 years. Besides the acharya's ability to sing, his imagination to compose and his excellence in scholarship had won for him the esteem and affection of the Mysore royal house. Perhaps it would not be inappropriate for me to say that it was my revered grandfather, Sri Chamaraja Vadiyar, who discovered the musical talents of young Vasudevacharya and sent him to Patnam Subramanya Iyer for learning the great art of music.
By the time, the great Acharya had toured far and wide all around the country, performing delectable scholarly concerts on various musical platforms. Vasudevacharya's musical genius is exemplified in many lovely Sangeeta Kritis, which he has bequeathed to his future generations. His compositional genre like Varna, Kritis in Samskrita, Telugu and only one in Kannada, Javalis, Prabhustuti Kritis, Swarajatis and Nrisimha Stotra Ragamalika compositions are considered as shining gems in the realm of Karnataka music. Many compositions amongst these portray the rare musical melodic legacy that he inherited while singing in tandem with his day-to-day life and living. The musicians of his and our times cherish these gems and they teach them to their students and sing them in their prestigious concerts. Acharya's music and his compositions are now world famous. He is also the author of 2 books, Na Kanda Kalavidaru, where he describes the life and greatness of many stalwarts of his times, and Nenapugalu, his musical memoir. Vasudevacharya was invited to the then famous Kalakshetra in Madras by Srimati Rukmini Devi Arundel in the year 1953 in his 88th ripe old age to head the music department. It was here that the great Acharya composed celestial music to the 5 chief episodes of Ramayana: Sita Swayamvara, Sri Rama Vanagamana, Paduka Pattabhisheka, Shabari Moksha and Sri Rama Pattabhisheka. It was the year 1961. By this time, the great Acharya had expressed his ardent desire that should he be ever reborn at all, he wanted to be born again as a Karnataka musician, and in Karnataka too. He was 96 years by then, surrounded by his grandchildren and innumerable disciples and music lovers. The realm of Karnataka music owes its deep gratitude to the Maharaja, Sri Bidaram Krishnappa, Sri Matturu Shankara Shastri and his grandson Sri S. Krishnamurti, who have compiled all these and brought out the magnum opus book Vasudeva Kirtana Manjari. On the 17th day of May, in the year 1961, Acharya shifted his mortal coil and became one with the Nada Brahma. Sangeeta Shastra Ratna, Sangeeta Shastra Visharada, Sarasagana Shiromani, Sangeeta Bhavagnya Shikhamani, Sangeeta Sahitya Vallabha, Ganakala Kovida, Padma Bhushana, Sri Mysuru Vasudevacharya is a musical legend of our times and a beacon light for our generation of musicians and music lovers to take the cherished, chaste path of music for our times and to the future. Om Tat Sat.